definitely one of those people that always knew I needed to see the world. From a very young age, I knew I needed to see what was outside of the neighborhood that I was familiar with. And as soon as I got the chance, I took it. I knew that I couldn't afford to travel on my own at that time. My parents couldn't afford to send me. So when I went to college at Florida State University, I only spent 2 semesters, 1 or 2 semesters in Tallahassee. The rest of the time, I was using it to travel abroad. I got a job working for the International Center. I can't remember the exact name, but the International Studies Department at Florida State. And so I got a job working there, and through that, I was able to travel abroad in Costa Rica. I did a study abroad program where I learned Spanish, where I was learning my Spanish, you know, because, you know what I'm saying, my mom ain't really teach me. I'm still mad that my mom didn't teach me Spanish, because how I'm half Cuban and I don't know Spanish? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? I mean, when I speak Spanish, I still sound like that scene from Bridesmaids. But anyway, I digress. Learned about ecotourism. I was planting trees. It was amazing. And then I did another study abroad program where I went to London and I studied theater because I was a theater major. So I got to see Shakespeare's Globe. I got to see tons of theater. Oh my God, the theater that I saw in London changed me to this day. And then I don't know how, I don't even know if this program still exists, but it was super cool at the time. So I think it was called Camp Adventure. And what it would mean is like they would contract college students from college campuses and say, hey, do you want to travel? Okay, so if you come to a certain army base, you will work in exchange for room and board. And so you could like put in suggestions of where you wanted to go, but you couldn't choose. It would be like, these are my top 3 choices, and you just don't know. And you know, I didn't get placed with my friend like I wanted to, so I definitely went by myself. I was placed in Hohenfels, Germany. Wie geht es dir? Sprechen Sie Englisch? Entschuldigung. Eins Pommes frites mit Ketchup ohne Mayo, bitte? So yeah, it was great. I was working at a child development center in Germany on the army base, and on the weekends we would just take a train, go to Italy, we would go to Rome, we would go to Venice, we would see around different parts of Europe. After college, I developed these workshops, which, okay, respectfully, looking back, they were a complete failure because the workshops were called the Sustainable Theater Workshop and there was nothing sustainable about it. I was doing my best, but it was a terrible job. But teaching in different parts of Haiti, I was in San Rafael, Haiti for a while, Cap Haitien, you know.
Bonjour tout le monde, ça fait qui j'en ai?
So I got to see Haiti, got to experience, and I was in Haiti for a while. I think it was like 6 weeks. And after I did that program, I pitched my program to the United Nations. I still can't believe this. Like sometimes I look back,
I'm like, what if I just be doing shit? I really just be doing shit.
I pitched my program to the United Nations, and through the United Nations, I was able to go to Senegal, in Dakar, Senegal, and we went to the only school in Dakar at the time that was for students with special needs, and we did a drama therapy workshop with them there. All of that to say, I love travel. All of that to say, I believe in the power of travel. Yeah. And now I pretty much travel for a living. Through the Unruly Retreat, which is my retreat, which is a safe space for Black women, I've been able to take groups as large as 150. We went to Jamaica, Mexico, Costa Rica, Houston, and I have an upcoming retreat I'm doing in Ghana for December. And also, I'm taking a group to Thailand, but we don't need to talk about that now. One of the things I'm most proud of in my life is the experience that I provide for women at my retreats. They love it. They come back over and over again, and they love it so much that even sometimes they come to my retreats solo, they make friends at the retreats, they stay friends, and then they plan reunions and get tattoos together. Literally, I'm so proud of that legacy. So I wrote a book about my retreats. I made a podcast based on my book because it's a big world out there. It's a big world. Literally, you might feel out of place in your environment and you're just in the wrong environment. That's what travel teaches me. It's just a huge world out there. And sometimes we confine ourselves just to the reality that we see around us. And then we think there's something wrong with us, or we think there's something wrong about the way that we're living, when babes, it's just not the right environment for you. Anyway, I didn't have any other motives when I planned this trip. This solo trip was me following my intuition. I had no idea why, but it felt very urgent. and it felt like I needed to go to Thailand by myself. And I was like, you mean by myself? Because I never went on a solo trip before. This is my first ever solo trip. My life has taken a lot of twists and turns in the past few years. I used to be very certain about things. My certainty was something that I could really rest and rely on. I always knew very certain about how my life would turn out. I felt very certain about things that would happen for me based on my practices and based on the fact that I'm so connected to spirit. I meditate, I follow my guidance. So I'm like, yeah, I know how this is gonna work out. And life really just threw me curveballs. And my life has really been kind of challenging over the last few years. And it's really caused me to reevaluate my relationship to myself. I've had to think about my identity and my value, because as independent and as driven as I am, I thought by this point in my life, my main job would be raising children and being in the home. I am very outward, career driven. I love to do things. I love to put things out in the world. But truthfully, I've worked with children my whole life. I've been in my bonus children's lives for over 10 years now. And so I thought by now that my job would be being a mom, and that really didn't happen for me. After a series of miscarriages and surgeries and finally getting a diagnosis of endometriosis after 40 years, all of this has caused me to reevaluate, like, who am I? Who am I now? I really just had a choice. Either I could let this catapult me into a deep, dark place, or I could ask what this moment is teaching me. And I did go to a dark place, mind you. I just celebrated my 40th birthday, and I was really in a sad girl phase at that time. My birthday is coming up. I'm gonna be 40. What are you doing for your birthday? What are you doing for your birthday? And truth is, I'm tired. I'm tired of always being the one to plan everything and put everything together, and I'm just exhausted. 40 feels like this big milestone, and I felt like I was supposed to have my life more together than I have it. I especially thought I would be a mom, and you know, when you're 40 and you're not a mom yet, and you want to be a mom, you know, you get a lot of comments. Do you have kids? How many kids do you have?
Do you not want children?
Oh, 40, getting old. Eggs are old. There's all this messaging to women that if you don't have children by a certain age, that there's something wrong with you and you're not doing life right. And I internalized that. I'm gonna be honest. As much as I tried to not internalize it, it did chip away at my self-confidence. So by the time I reached my 40th birthday, I didn't feel like celebrating. 40th birthday was a turning point. And so I decided that I wasn't going to celebrate my 40th because I didn't feel like celebrating. And then lo and behold, this Thailand trip turned out to be my celebration. It was a wake-up call for me. I was like, I am losing myself. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. Out of that came this trip. I was in a session with my therapist, and when she said, I had heard it from my friends already, but when my therapist said it to me, like, Sheila, this doesn't sound like you. You know, you really don't sound like yourself. It really caused me to pause. And so I started meditating on that and thinking about it. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I need to take a solo trip. This is not the right time. Too much things going on. Oh, but the summer is when I usually travel with my husband. But what about my friends? I could go on a girls trip. Oh my God, it's summer. The kids are out. This is when we do all the fun stuff with the kids. Like, this is what you're doing now, Sheila. This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. You are constantly putting other people before you to the point where you lost your own compass. And so I said, okay, I didn't understand why. At the time, I didn't have any expectations. This was not a part of like no career plan. This wasn't mapped out on a calendar. I literally got the guidance and I followed it. So I'm very grateful that I could make it happen. It definitely took a lot of work behind the scenes, but I did it. And I started thinking about it, girl, you traveling all over the world. You taking everybody else on these journeys, but when's the last time you took yourself on a journey? I was like, first of all, don't talk to me like that. You don't know me like that. I am in the wellness space. If you don't know me, my name is Sheila, and I'm the founder of Curvy Curly Conscious. And so I'm in the wellness space. I'm a wellness girly, and that's what people know me for, is like direct methods of healing, like maybe meditation or different workshops and self-love workshops and self-development. But I also want to highlight that the phase of life I'm moving into now, I'm not sure if it's my age or if it's everything going on socio-politically, economically. I don't know if that's a word, but I made it up. Oh my God, my Miami came out right there. South Florida came out. Like, I'm not sure like if it's like politically or whatever, but like, I really needed to like figure out something, right? Like the Florida is coming out from me. I also believe in the power of healing through joy and embodied experience. Healing does not have to be this direct thing. And it also too, I noticed that especially in my work with black women are the link between work and healing is very clear. If I position healing as work, you gotta work on yourself, you gotta do the work, we get it. Oh, okay, yes. But if I say play, joy, embodied experience, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. The kids got this, my husband's got this, I can't afford that, I noticed that there's a lot of, and I'm not saying travel because I will never discount capitalism. We live under a brutal system of capitalism right now, and it's late stage capitalism. We're in our Roman Empire is falling as we speak, and I will never, ever, ever discount the way that finances impact people's ability to be well. Absolutely. However, I do know that even if it's not a travel experience, any experience, just play, joy, experiencing something in your body is seen as kind of trivial, and frivolous equals trivial. Environment heals us. Location is the medicine sometimes. Like even with my plants, like sometimes you might be like that plant I have over there. It's like, it's nothing, like why isn't my plant growing? Oh my gosh, she got root rot. Well, she's a tropical plant. She's supposed to be in the tropics. She's in an air-conditioned house in Georgia. Like, it's not that there's something wrong with that particular plant. It is also the environment in which she's trying to grow. So let this location be the medicine. Let's see what Thailand has to teach me. Sheila, why Thailand? Good question. The main answer that I will give you is because my intuition led me. And I'm old enough to know that if my intuition leads me, I follow. Number two, when I got the nod about Thailand, I started researching and I found that Thailand is very safe for women solo travelers, and it is also friendly. It's a safe travel destination for Black people, because as a Black woman, you know that you can't just pull up to anywhere and get the same experience as everybody else. If I want to get a break from all of the pressure and the everyday life, I knew that I wanted to get a break from racism as much as I could. I mean, where can you go to get a break from racism? It's global, but hey, as far as I looked, there was a lot of Black people going to Thailand, expats in Thailand, or wait, I think I'm supposed to be using another word. Nomads. There was a lot of nomads living in Thailand. So I was like, okay, babe, it's tropical. I'm a tropical girl. I'm born and raised in South Florida. I got the beach blood running through my veins. So I was like, it's going to be hot. It's going to be tropical. It is going to be during the rainy season, and we're gonna see. I had some drama about that coming up in my trip. But again, I was like, this is not the perfect time, but it's now or never. There's a focus on wellness. Thai culture, there's a built-in aspect of wellness that I really thought was important for me. Like, I knew that I would easily be able to access acupuncture, Thai massages, going to a temple, just even being in the vibe of a place that honors wellness was very important to me. It's affordable. I'm gonna just say that Thailand is affordable, okay? If you want to start traveling and see the world, Thailand is a great place. The most expensive thing about Thailand will be your flight. Absolutely. But once you get there, depending on how flexible you are and how open-minded you are, you can literally get so much bang for your buck in Thailand. And I am acknowledging my passport privilege here with that. The plan is, I don't really have a plan. Really, the two most important things that are guiding me on this trip, number one, to trust myself more. If I do not have the ability to trust myself, I have nothing. I have no career. I have nothing to give the world. I have no guidance. And I really lost this trust in myself, that sureness, that confidence that I felt like I had once upon a time. So a part of this trip was like, I want to learn can I just practice throughout this trip trusting myself more to rediscover my clarity? And I think it really goes along with trusting yourself. But again, I have felt so clear for so much in my life that now to feel like I'm in this moment where I'm saying I don't know to everything. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to put. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know which step I want to take. That right there, I was like, we're going to work on that. So I wanted to work on trusting myself more and just rediscovering my relationship to my own clarity. To be honest, I'm usually a very type A traveler. Again, because when I travel, I'm usually responsible for other people. Every time I travel, I'm usually thinking about anything that could go wrong. I'm thinking about people's comfortability. If I'm taking a group, I'm thinking about how does this location feel about Black women? How are they going to treat Black women? Are we going to be able to play music? What's that going to be like? Is there going to be microaggressions? What's the food situation going to be like? Are they going to be able to easily get around? I'm thinking about that when I take my family. I'm like, okay, the kids like these things. I'm thinking about my husband. My husband likes to travel in a very certain way. So I'm like, okay, got to make sure the flight situation is correct. Got to make sure the driver situation is correct. I don't want him waiting. I don't want them standing around. I have had to be very type A in my travel planning in the past, but for this, I felt the need to be open. Flexibility within structure. Okay. What we know at the start, okay? I leave on June 19th. I fly from Atlanta to Bangkok, and then June 21st to June 24th, I will be in Phuket at a resort. I have like a few days in between where I don't know if I'm gonna extend Phuket. I don't know if I'm gonna try to go somewhere else, take a flight. I don't know. I'm leaving it open. And the only other thing I have booked, which I can change if I want to, is June 27th to July 3rd. I have another Airbnb in Chiang Mai. So yeah, that's all the preface that we need. Let's get into it. Welcome to my vlog. Let's get to Bangkok.